The knock came just after sunset, hard, rehearsed, meant to intimidate. I opened the door to see two men in mismatched uniforms, shiny badges that didn't quite match, and a clipboard with my HOA logo slapped on top. Behind them, my son stood confused, hands visible, doing exactly what he'd been taught. "Your son is under arrest," one of them announced, voice shaky but loud enough to sound official. "HOA enforcement, violation escalation." I took a breath. Calm always wins. I asked for names and badge numbers. They dodged. I asked which agency. They said contracted. I asked for a warrant. They waved the clipboard like it was scripture. The HOA president stood across the street with her phone out, already filming, already smiling. So I complied. I stepped aside, let them finish their speech, and asked my son to sit at the table. I offered the officers a water. Then I walked into my study and returned with my wallet slowly, placing it on the counter. "Before you do anything," I said evenly, "let's make sure paperwork is clean." I flipped open my ID. The room changed temperature. Chief of police. Their confidence drained fast. One of them swallowed. The other took a half, stepped back like he'd just realized the floor was thinner than he thought. I asked again quietly, for names and badge numbers. Silence. I asked which department authorized a juvenile arrest for an HOA rule that doesn't exist. More silence. Then I did exactly what the HOA demanded. Escalation. I called it in. On speaker, real dispatch, real codes, real names. I asked for 2 patrol units and internal affairs, citing impersonation of law enforcement and attempted unlawful detention of a minor. The fake badges went back into pockets, too late. When the real units arrived, the HOA president stopped filming. Her smile collapsed as officers separated everyone and asked questions. Real ones with consequences attached. Turns out the HOA had hired compliance officers from a sketchy vendor, no state certification, no authority, no right to touch my child, the clipboard, a prop, the badges, purchased online, internal affairs documented everything. The vendor was shut down that week, charges followed, the HOA attorney arrived frantic, asking if this could be handled quietly. I complied again. Quietly, I filed the reports. Quietly, I forwarded the footage. Quietly, I attended the emergency HOA meeting where their board resigned one by one, realizing intimidation works only until it meets the law. My son never left the table. The HOA sent an apology letter the next morning. They rewrote their enforcement policy. They added a line about minors. They added another about no third-party enforcement. They added my name, spelled correctly, to a list titled "Do Not Contact Without Counsel." Malicious compliance isn't loud. It doesn't shout. It follows the rules so perfectly that the people abusing them can't hide. And the next time someone knocks pretending to be something they're not, they won't be pretending for long.